Hello, everyone. So, last time when we left off, I power leveled to level 171. Um, I got my quest for the 6th and 7th talent point finished, so I have 7 talent points now. I had just started the Blessings of the God quest line. That involves me going through and doing all of the quests and like all of the cities. So we started with Trainee Island, and we completed those. You have to do Trainee Island complete before you can get the ones for Horizon, Laksy, and Catan. You have to finish all 3 of those before you get the one for Rondo. You have to finish Rondo before you get the one for, I think, City of Ruins is next. But it doesn't matter which order you do, like Horizon, Catan, Laksy. It doesn't matter which order you finish those in. Me, I just like to like go down a list. So I'm gonna do Laksy next, since that's like the next top one on the list after Trainee Island. Um, but yeah, so I need to start. Let's see, I need to do as much of the Blessings of the Gods quest lines as I can. Get the little permanent stat increases along the way. Again, they're small. They're not like too terribly awesome, but you know, it's like every little bit helps. Try to get my next few TPs done. I think I have to complete all of Horizon, Laksy, and Catan. Once I complete all 3 of these, I get 1 more talent point. And then every time I complete one of them along the way, I get the stat increases. But when I complete all of them, I get a talent point. So that'll give me my 8th talent point. Then I have to do the Rondo ones. And I think the Rondo ones also start to include some of the dungeon. I think the Volcanus dungeon quest line. Before I can do that, I am going to need to invest in armor, get some actual good equipment going on. I'm going to need to see what armor and what equipment I'm actually going to need. So we have a lot that's going to be going on here in these upcoming streams. And I'm going to start switching over, buying my skills so that I'm actually killing stuff and not just my pixie killing everything for me. Still playing like I'm playing my master breeder, where I just let my pets do everything. So we're going to switch over from that to where I'm doing everything. And real quick, let's switch over. I have to wait until this thing actually logs in and starts the launcher before S-Frame will even pop up on here. So give it just a minute. Okay, now I have that swapped over. Y'all should start seeing it in just a minute. And I'm gonna change my deco gear out. Goodness. I'll have to do a lot of dailies to get some good deco gear. I don't have any friends on. Those are the only 2 that weren't on there. Okay. There we go. I like this setup more. Okay, let's see. So I need to go and start doing the quests for the Blessing of the Gods. And I need to see real quick. I'm gonna check. Time lapse, chrono shift, crystal aura. I'm gonna see what skills you can even get on your armor. That's a lot. So, Apostle of Darkness and Crushing Shadows. You can get Apostle of Darkness. You can get Crystal Aura. Your magic attack increases by a percentage of max HP. Max MP increases. Skills increasing match HP and MP are not affected. I think Crystal Aura, unless Time Lapse or Chrono Shift. Time Lapse. I think Crystal Aura is the one that I'm going to need for my main, there's another one that people were telling me. It started with a T, Temporal Mastery. I don't think, is Temporal Mastery even on here? It is. But I think that the Crystal Aura is probably the one that I'm going to need to go after. Attack increased by max MP. So it's supposed to be your MP is increased by your health and your magic attack damage is increased by your MP. There's just a bug. It's just bugged. So Crystal Aura level 1 opens up that tree. Time Lapse level 1 opens up this tree. And these two, no. With 11, that'd be 3, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8. And I could still get one of this. So 10 and 2.5, 15 in that. I have to be level 116 before I can get that. By chain lightning. Magic Pierce versus the cooldown though. Okay, now I'm out of talent points. I get 4 more talent points, so I could go 1, 2, 3, 4 if I wanted. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. But I have to level up before I can get a lot of this stuff. 9, I have to be J level 60 to get that, and J level 65 to get that. Cool deal. So just starting to get my trees and all my stuff set up. Let's go ahead and take all of this stuff off of my bars. Okay. Now let's see. Gives it for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Wind weapon for 30 minutes. Five minutes. This gives an effect for 5 minutes. Gives that for only 40 seconds. .5 seconds. For 30 minutes. Here we go. I now have my buffs organized by the ones that last for the lowest amount of time to the ones that last for the highest amount of time, also based on their cooldown time. Deep evasion, I'll put this back on here. Use it for 20 seconds. Good. Now I need $16,934 versus 37,888. Yeah, MP209 versus MP88. That's why it takes up a lot more. I don't have another spam spell, do I? Sorry, I know this is probably boring me trying to get my skill bar set up and my skills and abilities set up. No, it's probably not the most interesting thing. Okay, now I want to organize this by area of effect damage and damage over time damage and single target damage. That will stay there. Oh, that's a buff. Tempest. For 1 minute and 20 seconds. Okay, so these are all single target spells. This is like a special spell. I don't think there's a lot on here that I'll really need to keep. Well, I feel like I have some AoEs I could probably keep on there. Okay, so that's all of my skills. This is why, okay. I need a new way to organize this. I have my spam skills and my single target spells. I have my buffs, my AoE, my debuff slash damage over time. See, it's so much easier to let your pet do stuff for you, because here you go, I have like 5, 6 skills, it just does everything. Now I have to like redo all the I have to give all of these bars keys that they can do. One, Control Alt Shift. And then Control Alt Shift for functions. Yeah, this is currently a hot mess and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Smite's the most useless thing in the world. Oh. Like, this is actually going to annoy me until I figure out how exactly I want it to look and what I want the layout to be. That's the thing right there. Trying to get these extra 2 skill bars basically to where I can throw stuff over here instead, and then start putting them over to the left side as I want. Okay. So if I might put all my buffs at the top, have my single target stuff here, have AoEs here, have specialty attacks, and then have Control, Alt, Shift. Let's do that. So if all of my buffs go there, all my single targets go here. This is an AoE, so that would go up here. This is a single target. And I want to do these by their cooldown time. This is an AoE. This is a specialty. Alright, that like specialty utility. 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 AoE. Damage over time, single target. Damage over time, single target. AoE. AoE. Utility, utility. Debuff, single target. that there. Debuff single target, AoE. Darkness Saver lasts like 30 minutes, I believe. So that's gonna go on my buff bar. That single target. AoE. 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 Okay, this is starting to look a little bit better. A little bit. It still looks like crap. But okay. Now I need to figure out where these are going. Because these two are just debuffs. Debuffs will probably go... Oh. On my utilities. That would make sense, because okay. I think that looks better. So then I have my regular numbers, 1 right here on the bottom. I have control for the second bar. I'm going to make alt be this bar up here, and then I'm going to make shift be that bar up there, and then I'm going to have the function keys work the same way over here. So if I go to key bindings, and I have my hotbar 1 is the numbers. Hotbar 2 is currently shift. I'm going to unbind. Okay, then I have control is my bar 3. Bar 4, I'm going to also unbind. Bar 5 is now going to be alt. Alt 6, alt 7, alt 8, alt 9, alt 0. Alt BS. Now, what am I using for Why can I use control equals, but I can't use... It doesn't work. I don't think backspace is used for literally anything else. So 7, you shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, shift 4, shift 5, shift 6, shift 7, shift 8, shift 9, shift 0, shift minus, and shift backspace. Good. Now, the even numbered ones. Well, that does not work at all. I can't use alt function because my computer is using that for something else. Oh, hello. Sorry, just saw your comment. This is Reviac server from the North American client. Yeah, Reviac. Just to show y'all so far, so right now, this is my regular 1 through backspace. This is my control. This is my alt. This is my shift. This is my regular function keys. This is my control function keys. I was trying to program this as alt function keys, but apparently I can't do that. And then this would be my shift function keys. But honestly, I don't really need these up here because this is where I keep items and I can just click on that. Future attack will be Control F1. Or Control F2. Either way, it's going to be harder to press now. As I said, regular function 1, function 2. And I moved all of the skills upward. Four OAs plus 3 hills. I like this better. I like this a lot better. So now I can send my pet in to attack. I can chip. I can use its heals on 3, 4, and 5. And then when I want to, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, starting with 6, 7, 8, and 9, I can shoot off its AoEs when I want. And I can also have the AoEs on auto. I have an unused skill bar here, and then I just have my items and equips up here. Now I need to actually go through and organize these how I want them. So these two right here are going to be this like upgraded versions of these two. They all go on cooldown at the same time. So I can either use 1, 2, or 3 and 4, depending on if I'm trying to save my mana or not. Now I'm going to need to 30, 50, 1 minute, life leech, 1 minute, 25 seconds. Good. Now I have my AoEs. Cool time 1 minute, cool time. Wait, this is a single target and damage over time. I want that to go before Abysmal Grip. Good. 1 minute. 1 minute 30 seconds. Minute. Thunder, lightning, fire, fire. I just want my 2 fire to go together, and then my 2... Yeah, the game's really fun. It has really good mechanics. The Reviac server is the most populated server. I mean, it could still use more players, but it's definitely the most populated server there is. So if you're not on Reviac, join it, and you'll probably like it more than you will on some other servers. But yes, it would be good if we could get more attention brought to the game. Lightning field. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think I have everything organized now. My buffs, my basically debuffs, my area of effect, and my single target skills, my pets abilities. And by the way, I like to show how many chips I have currently. Keep about 10,000 chips out. Okay, that works good for me. So now I have never played on an EU server. I have no idea. I'm sorry to tell you. So, oh hey, there's the special webs and looter. Anyways, we're now going to be doing the blessings of the gods. That's what the video was titled, you know, that's what I said we were going to do, and now we're going to go and do it. I need to go up here. I need to find the NPC I have to talk to for this. Blessing of the gods. Laksy. Go for orcs, personal war 2. Oh, thanks for the follow. Yeah, it's pretty, well, so it's pretty easy to level up in this game. If you, like, let's say you start out with absolutely nothing, you have no money, you have no equipment, you have no pets, or anything like that. It is easier if you play with your friends, but the early game has been made easier than it used to be to get people to level up faster. And then as you start to get higher level, the game starts to massively slow down. And unless you either have a lot of in-game money, or unless you have friends that you're playing with, and y'all are able to save up some in-game money, it gets to be very hard to play the game. But the early game isn't really too terribly bad. It's really not. If you wait until you're a little bit after level 20, basically if you do all of Training Island, you should be able to get about level 20 before you leave Training Island. You can do a few quests on your in your home area. And once you're about level 20, you can go into the first dungeon, the Relics of Arid Moonlight, and then you can start farming in there. I mean, to be fair, I think you only have to be like level 10 to be able to get into the dungeon, which you'll be like level 14 at least minimum by the time you leave Training Island. But if you don't have a good pet or something with you, you might want to wait until you're about level 20. But yeah. Right now, I just need to go accept all the quests so I can do all of the quests and finish them. But this server definitely has like the biggest economy, and like the best economy. So like you can easily find like your like pets and like good gear, and stuff like that. I know some servers are like completely dead where like you can't, there's no one to trade anything with. This server you can find just about anything you need. At 15 of 20 quests that I can accept. I know the teleporter down there is going to have some. Okay, I am full of quests that we're going to be doing. Lizardman habitat. Actually, I can probably just teleport there. Inside or outside of the lizardman habitat? Here we go. I even know what I'm currently looking for. I just know I'm looking for stuff. Ah, here we go. These are like your basic spam skills. Who's just messaged me? Oh. Okay, I'm sorry everyone, wait 1 minute. Okay, cool. So I'd posted on the Discord Rappelz that I was looking for people to play the game with. And this one guy responded who hasn't played since like Epic 7. We're in like Epic 9.8, so I mean we're talking like 5+ years probably. And he's having trouble with getting his witch quest started. Wow, it's like the exact same animation between the upgraded and the fire arrow. I thought they'd have different animations, but apparently not. Anyways, I'm going to be on voice chat with him. He's going to be on the stream. I'm going to be guiding him through all of that. Sure. Hello.
How's it going?
Hey, good, and you?
Not too bad. Just got off work, so.
I gotcha.
Everyone keeps saying it's easy. I've played I started on the Korean test servers back in 2005, and then I played all the way up until Masterclass dropped, and then went, oh, I have to quest. No thanks, and stopped.
Oh,
private server, and I've been on private servers until 2 days ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah, private servers have never really been my thing. I know that people like them because apparently you can make like everything have like a 100% drop rate and get all this stuff and basically just hack the game and do whatever you want, but I don't know, to me that just kind of takes all the excitement out of it. Like, the grind is what the game is, and I know sometimes the grind can be too much, but that's literally what the game is a grind.
It's not. It just changes the grind. The value of things just went up. You know, like for instance, say something is 30 bill here, it's 3.5 trillion there, because you can. The prices is just different. Like yeah, you can make full plus 25 gear. Problem is there's things besides gear that you need. You know, like for instance, the Devils on this last server I played, the Devil Troll, the troll card,
Yeah.
was like 4 point something trillion, and here it's like 50 bill. Like, because I made it to where that card rarely dropped, and it just changes what you grind for, I guess. Like, yeah, I don't have to do masterclass quests at all, but it's still a matter of you constantly have to farm and shit like that. It's a lot less cash shoppy, I guess. If that's the right word. Like making your gears.
Live servers are definitely very much pay to win. Now, I will say if you are playing with like a group of people, that does actually lessen down a little bit, but it is still a very pay to win game or grind forever to avoid paying.
Oh yeah, no, it's been I did the math on how much I've spent on this game since 2011, and it's over $250,000. So I'm gonna say that I'm a cash out player.
Yeah, no. I don't even want to try and calculate how much money I've spent on this game since I've been playing. I started,
Yeah.
I think, around 2010, because it was around like the end of Epic 3, beginning of Epic 4, when I started playing.
I was gonna start on KTS, and then as soon as it came to the US, I started day one.
Oh
I
wow.
was 157 Warlock and a 156 Battle Summoner when Masterclass dropped, and then I just quit. Anyway, so I'm in HV. Um, I know
Okay.
my level 10. I have to start in Red Farm, right? Which is in Rondo, if I
Yeah,
remember right.
so first thing you do is you go to Rondo, and then you go to the guild official. I think it's CES, CES. I'd have to go and check out the actual name, but you go to the guild official and you ask about the strange-haired girl, and you get a quest here. Actually, if you want, I'm in Hidden Village too. You can just add me as a friend. What's your name in game?
Size Zero, it's Xixero. I'm in Rondo right now.
Okay, cool. I have you on my friends list. I will message you. Essentially my Discord name. So
I
yeah,
will add you as well.
so since you're already like level 150, a lot of these quests are going to be pretty easy for you because this quest line is like level 50. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
doing like,
yeah. I did this when I played the epic where we did this quest for the card because the card was more valuable than the new character. And when it gave angel cards and naga cards and shit like that, and
yeah,
angels
yeah.
kind of
And
played
people
the
kept
meta.
making those to, oh man, I've been telling a lot of stories as I've been doing my streams about like all the random crap I remember people used to do. I remember people would pay, hundreds of millions of rupees to people to keep using red scrolls on them, and they would keep dying and trying to de-level all the way down after they had high level skills so that they could go and they could murder Ursa to get the koala.
Yep,
Oh man.
good times. I actually did something like that on a private server. Um, some of these servers have gone crazy, like as far as time goes. Like some of them were up for years before they finally went down. And uh, there was one where I got bored, and my favorite class was Corruptor, but it's not very like when you can max out a character. Like Void Mage is probably my favorite character to just simply max out, you know,
Mhm.
because they're super strong. But when everyone has top tier gear, Void Mages is not like Corruptors is not great, but it's my favorite class. So I got Master Class, maxed out my skills, and then I did the thing where I de-leveled so that I could play in Sanctuary, and I just power leveled people in Sanctuary for like what seemed like an eternity. Can't find the freaking guild official. It's been so long since I've been here. Is he up in the castle thing?
No, she's not quite in the castle. I fuck. 1 minute.
I don't remember where
I'm
she's
gonna
at.
have to go to Rondo because like I know it visually, but it's not something that I can like verbally describe.
Right?
I need to put my
And of
return
course,
scrolls on
Rondo
my
is so
bar.
damn big. Yeah, Void Mage is definitely a fun class. I'm going with Beastmaster. I think it's probably the most well-rounded class, especially coming back to the game and having to start from virtually scratch.
Beastmaster is probably one of the ones that people say has the best balance between PvE and PvP, especially for the pet classes.
Oh yeah, it's got. I'm just in. I know that a plus 22 Beastmaster, like full plus 22, which shouldn't take me too long to get, with just like the 170
Okay,
gear.
so it's guild official Raisha, and she's on the top right part.
Okay. By the fountain area. Yeah, there you
Here we
are.
go. Yeah, so this quest line, it's gonna keep teleporting you to different places to do stuff, and it's honestly a straight shot. There's not a lot of stuff you're gonna have to figure out or that you're gonna have to like try to find that's hidden. It's gonna be just one after the next.
Alright, and then she tells me to go see the red-haired girl.
At the
I
red
know where she's
farm,
at.
and then
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Oh,
remember this part, like I said, it's been since 2011, so it's been a good 10 plus years since I've done these, but
so after you finish this part, this Effectively ends after, I believe, you have to go and deliver a letter in Catan, and then they ask you to start killing the fanatics outside of Catan.
Yep.
Then you have to go and
Right.
start killing the fanatics in all the towns.
Yep.
That's the second part of the quest. That's like the second quest.
Alright, let her girl. Or I have to do the treat thing, don't I?
Yeah, so with the treat thing, once you collect the treats, I believe you have to feed a treat, and then
Yeah.
while
And then
you're
stunned, you ask red-haired girl something, right?
so while you have the dialogue open with the dog, you have to click on the girl to open up dialogue with her to reveal a hidden dialogue option where she'll ask you to remove the blade, and then you
Yeah.
have to click on him to do it. If you just try to do it on him without doing it that way, he'll just keep biting you and stunning you, and you'll have to do the quest to get more treats over and over again.
Alright, so after I give him I get the treats, then I do try to pet, or try to give a treat, right?
You give him a treat, and then you double click on the girl without exiting out of his dialogue box, and she'll ask you to
Yep.
remove the blade.
Yep. Got that. Alright, what does she want me to do? Oh, the crest things, where I have to go around and do all
The
the three
most
different.
annoying part is when you have the series of two portals and you have to go through
Yeah.
because it's literally randomized.
Yep.
And I spent probably a good 20 to 30 minutes on my stream trying to do that one stupid quest.
Ugh. I was like, I hit 150 and I was like, yeah, I can go master class. And I went, oh crap, I can't go master class. And I was like, and I have a whole quest line I need to learn.
So by the way, they actually changed. So when the master class first came out, you only had to be like what level 120 or like level
Well,
130.
no,
Now you
148. It was 148. Day from
Well, no,
first.
now you have to be level like 148. But when it first released, only had to be around like level 120 or something like that. So I was able to get my master breeder. I took like a 2-year break from the game. I came back and I was looking for a dungeon party, right? And I'm like, hey, like level 130 master breeder. And they're like, you're not a level 130 master breeder. You're just like whatever the step before that
Breeder,
is, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you're just like a breeder. And I'm like, no, I'm a master breeder. And they're like, no, you're not. You're not a high enough level to be your master class. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm not high enough level. Look at my token. I didn't realize that they had increased the level for it. So I was a master class even though I was too low level to be a master class.
Oof.
It was kind of
Oh,
funny.
the necklace. That's the one where I have to go. Which one is that? Is that the where I have to click the things in the sky? Or
If you just look at the end of the description of the quest, it tells you exactly what you have to do. But one of them you have to like run
it's the
around.
portals. We're in the portals now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the fucking random portals. Yeah, that's like my least favorite. I'm
Oh, I love
currently
RNG.
I'm
Oh,
currently doing the Blessings of the God quest line, which makes you go back and redo all of the old quests from all of the towns. So you have to 100% Trini Island, Horizon, Catan, Laksy, Rondo, City of Ruins. You have to do the dungeon time attacks for all the dungeons. Um,
oh, oh God.
you have to do every quest in the game, essentially.
Yeah. See, we had that technically on the server the last server I was on. But you could just cash out the scrolls, the abbreviation scrolls or
You
whatever they're
can.
called.
That's on the live server too.
Yeah.
One, I'm just cheap and I'm not going to cash shop for something like that. Two, also, if you actually do the quest, you get permanent stat increases. They're very tiny, but you get a bunch of them that kind of add up a
Yeah.
little bit.
They
So,
stack up. Yeah. That's one of the first things I did. Someone kept saying that I needed to make a new character, and I was like, this character is 3 days old. It's like, no. No thanks. It's like, it's 3 days old. I was like, it took me 5 hours to get it from 1 to 150 starting out fresh. I didn't have anything. I was like, I'm not. It's only been a couple of days. I wish I could just run to the place I feel like I should just run to the freaking fairy woods. That might be faster than using the portals. Because technically, can't you do that? Hey, I made it.
You know, I've never actually tried that before. I've literally never tried to,
Just run to the fairy woods or whatever. And
I wonder if, like, you'll fail the quest if you leave the red farm. Like, if you try to... You can try that and let me know how it goes, or the next time I make another character, I'll try to cheese it
well,
like that.
yeah. I mean, I made it here. I'm at the woods. I just gotta find this stupid thing, the floating thing that I can click.
So, I have to find...
I feel like it's like right in the middle here, and there's not one that I can just click. Did they change what it looks like, or am I just blind?
What looks like?
The thing that floats that gives you the necklace.
Oh, so it's on the right side of the fairies woods. It's near the waterfall, but it's like right before you reach the waterfall from where you originally spawned.
Ah, there it is. I was like, I know there's a bunch of them hanging in the sky. It's been so long. Hey. Yeah, the RNG quest didn't take me an hour and a half. That's cool.
Well, you must have prayed to RNGesus.
Yeah. Took me 3 tries.
Stop flexing. It took me like 20-something fucking tries.
I know. I did it. The only times I did it, because like I said, it was the 90 quest line. The quest you started at 70 and ended at 90.
Yes.
I did that. I probably 200-300 times on retail originally, because there was only so much I could do at rank 7. Like because I did mostly PvP back then. Now I don't play PvP, but.
See, I'm actually making my character now specifically for PvP because I used to play Dark Magician, and back in the day as a Dark Magician you could actually PvP. LOL, right? Now, unless you're...
I was a warlock, so I get you.
Well, yeah, but like nowadays, if you're not master class and you don't have like the best armor and you're not like level 200 plus, what are you trying to do in PvP? You're gonna get one shot by people's pets, you know?
Yep. Spiritual light. Oh, that's the one where I have to. I feel like I run around. Oh, it's a pixie spawn right here, right?
Oh yeah, all you do is you go into any of the fields and they'll start to spawn.
Yeah, just run around the fields until they spawn. Seems like a good plan. I do like that the HD buffer just gives all buffs now. I mean, it's not as good as master class buffs, but I don't have to have slaves for 6 characters.
So the buffer in the Hidden Village will give you all of the player buffs. The only downside is that they are low-level buffs. They aren't that great.
They're the non-master class ones.
Yeah. But we do have 2 buffers on the server that have like max level buffs, including all of like max level buff equipment, max level skill cards, max level helmets. Like they have done everything they can to like completely max out everything. And I think one of them charges about 1 billion. I think the other one charges 2 billion, and they will give you full buffs from every class that are the best buffs in the game. And
then you just have to remember to buy refresh scrolls.
Keep buying refresh scrolls, which means you have to keep Hidden Village, you have to keep refresh scrolls, and you have to have the GMFB so that if you die, you don't lose all of your buffs.
Yep. This is the problem I have with that, because we had that on the server I was on was Gambit, and we had something like that. Obviously, where players did that. What the buffs were, it was about 60 to 70 billion for full player buffs there. Like I said, the market just everything stays the same. The market's just bigger. You know, if you can farm money fast, then the value kind of just goes up. You know.
Yeah.
The game's gonna remain the same level of difficulty. There's just the amount is gonna go up. You know, if it takes you something costs 1 billion here and takes you an hour to farm, well, if you can farm 30 billion there, it's gonna cost 30 times as much.
Oh yeah. Well, it just depends, because I know different people run it differently. I used to know a guy that played private servers a lot. He had his own private server. He was the only one in it. And he literally just gave himself like max plus 25 gears, with all the best soul stones and like
Oh
everything.
yeah.
And he was like, yeah, he was like, I joined my private server, my friends are on here, and it's like we have everything. You want this deco thing that you like in normal game you have to like farm for 1,000 days for? I can make a level 1 monster on Training Island drop this, so that you get it right off the bat. And I'm like, well, that's one way to do it. But
Like I said, it's a lot of fun, and like I said, it's. I mean, some of them make it super easy. It depends on where. Like a lot of it depends on where you play. Like for instance, Russian servers, like almost 100% PVE. Arabic servers, they pretty much just put the plus 25 gear at the NPC. So leveling up is easy, but if you like, it becomes PvP as like a skill thing. Like because everyone has plus 25 gear just handed to them. um, it makes it to where you actually have to understand and know how to play your class in order to, um, like you can't just run out there and be like, oh, I'm just gonna do this because I have the max gear. Well, everyone else has the max gear too, so you have to know how to PvP. But I used to play. I was when I left this, I played Salamander through Naga through Undyne. Um, when I was like ranked 24 or something when I left. I played this game religiously. I
yeah.
think the highest level on the server at the time was 161 and I was 157. But my PK character had over 77,000 PKs, and I only PK'd other R7 players. But I
Yeah.
was a 155 battle summoner or 156 battle summoner with dual white dragons, so it wasn't very. At the time, white dragons, they were the shit. If you remember back, of course you remember. You were talking about how long you've been playing, so you remember that shit. That was crazy. Staging wasn't a thing yet. Like there wasn't stages. Pets were
Oh
pets.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, well, before that, Dura equipment wasn't a thing yet.
Yep. Yep.
I remember.
Dura was a thing. I had all D3 gear.
I think the funniest thing was watching people who can be the first to get an S5 tortoise, who can be the first to get the S5
Yep.
chicken, because if you had it, OMG, no one's gonna mess with you. Oh man.
Those are good times. That was one of the first things I looked for, is like buying the old classic pets S5 and stuff like that. Like for instance, when I left retail, a stage 1 DT, you couldn't carry enough. You couldn't carry enough rupees to buy it. You had to use gold bars because
Yes. Oh my
there
goodness.
wasn't enough. All right, so Fanatics, Red Farm. Which one does it want me to do?
So you finished the Red Farm quest, or what's your current quest?
I did. Right now it's Fanatics, Assassin, Red Farm.
Yeah, so yeah, you just have to
It's
go
it's the second
northwest.
one.
You just go back to where you did the first one.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's literally the
Yeah,
same area.
awesome. But yeah, I did the first one, and then now I'm on the second one. Yeah, no, I went battle Beastmaster because I was doing with I was testing before I came here because I have full plus 25, but I was trying to see what I would need on retail to be able to sell those guys as Beastmaster, and I should be able to do it as long as I get two S2 or higher bloody slaughters with plus 22 gear on my character and on my pet. I should be able to solo, and I need a plus 23 or better.
Oh, what level is the pet that you're currently using?
Same level as me.
Like level 150?
153, yeah.
If you have any trouble with the Ultimate Witch,
I shouldn't.
I can help
It's
you
like
with that.
105, isn't it? I can solo hardcore SLK, so
Yeah.
I should be fine.
Yeah, again, that's what I'm saying. A lot of this should be easy to you. It's just, like time consuming, but a lot
I
of it isn't
remember.
really hard. Aside,
Yeah,
unless you have nothing. If you have like a level 50 fucking poultry, you're gonna find the Ultimate Witch a little bit hard. But aside from
right.
that,
No, I'm like I said, I'm a CS player, so like
yeah.
I do have my belts stacked. I did the dumb thing, and I made a 8-slot R4 belt, so that I could have all my belt pets. So I do have my 3 S1 minnows, my 2 S5 skellies, and my 2 boss guards.
So I made this character, right? I didn't even like start. I mean, I didn't even change any of my like armor. I took like all of my armor off until after I got probably like level 150 or something like that. I didn't even start to put. I still have like my beginner's dirk. I was like, my pet's doing everything for me. Like, you don't even have to play this game. There's actually a funny thing people are doing
Yeah,
right
but
now.
you used a high level pet though, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. People are using high level pets and stuff. So if you don't have that, then yeah, you actually have to worry about your equipment along the way.
Well,
But
see, that's the thing. I picked up because it was cheap. It was what, like 13 bill for a 181 stage 5 DT, and I was like, sweet, this will make leveling super easy. I gave it like a plus 10 mace and a plus 20 armor. And I was like, this will make it easy. And then I got to um, normal mode SSK room, and I was getting 2.7% per mob with my pet summoned. When I switched to a pet that was my level, I got 14% per mob.
yeah, the
So
pets will massively nerf your experience.
yeah, so I just, and I was pet class. I mean, I was, by then I was already like, after buying like the glowing bag. I have an 8 slot belt. I have the lava set. I need my axe. I need someone to sell me a stupid lava axe, but
That
nobody.
lava set's gonna set you back a pretty penny.
Oh, it did. It did. About 300 bill. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I have plus 10 physical wings, and then boots, gloves, armor.
Yeah, I don't have
Uh,
any of the lava stuff yet. My main is level 180, and now I'm technically making this character be my main. So I have a level 180 and a level 171. Um, I have a Yeshiva set, and I have my Master Breeder has its like what set? The Fluminous or not Fluminous?
yeah,
Yeah, Fluminous.
yeah, it's a
Um,
second.
But my Void Mage that I'm playing now has like literally fucking nothing. I'm gonna have to go out. I think it's Crystal Aura is the best set.
Yeah, Krista Ora is best for him for PvE,
Yeah, well,
and
wouldn't
Temporal Mastery if you're a dick for PvP.
see. I thought that Crystal Aura would still be good for PvP too because it increases
I
like all
mean,
of your stats.
yeah, it is overall. It's really good. It's best, definitely the best overall. It's just for people who have shitty gear and just want the fast cooldown to use Temporal Mastery.
Yeah. But yeah, I plan on this being my like full out PvP character. I don't know. I really wanted to make like a Deadeye or like an Archer, but
I need to find a guild so I can use the damn guild buff.
good luck finding a guild because I've been actively trying to find one and I can only find small guilds. I cannot find a large guild that's actively recruiting. So if you find one, let me know. Um,
Faith said I could join them, or parental advisory so I could join them when I hit 180.
well, hey, that's cool. Parental advisory is one of the bigger ones on the server.
I was looking at, I was asking specifically people that, how they do the top charts every day or whatever, top leaderboard,
Yeah,
and like 6 out of the 10 players are in Faith.
parental advisory. I think there's faith, there's chaos, and there's one more that's always on there too. Oh yeah, the one that has like the one. It's like P1 or something like that.
The power or whatever.
Yeah, Power 1. They're always on
Power
the top
zero,
chart.
yeah.
Power 0, there we go. Yeah, they're always on those top charts.
I'm
Those
gonna find a
guilds are
team
always
speaker.
represented.
Yeah, so those are the ones I was specifically like targeting, being like, hey, you're guild recruiting just when I saw players online, and then one was like, hey, if you hit 180, you can join us. I was like, awesome.
I've been see the problem with me is like I'll play religiously for the longest time, right? But then I won't play for a minimum of a year, upwards of like 5 years, just depending. Right? And then I come back and no one's gonna let like someone who's been, gone 2 to 3 years still be in their guild, right? Or on their Discord or anything like
Right.
that. So then, like, every time I come back, I have to find a new guild. By the time I find a guild, I've already been playing religiously, like, all day, every day for a few months, and I'm starting to get tired of it.
See, I have missed a total of I think 9 days since 2005. Yeah.
Wow.
This and Overwatch has been it. I was rank 4 in Overwatch for a while. I peaked rank 4. I was top. I stayed in the top 50 players for Overwatch from 2016 to 2021. I cannot find this damn guild guy. I feel like he used to be right over here, but I keep finding different blacksmiths. Where the frick is the guild guy in Catan?
Um,
Nobody uses this town. Well, except to make Nuzzy gear, which I just found out how to, like, the last server I was on was as close to retail as you can get without being retail.
all I can tell you is look at the yellow squares on your map and hover over them, and it'll tell you which NPC they are. There's only like 3 areas in Catan.
Guard captain. Come on, let me zoom out.
But yeah, those buffs are no joke that they sell. Because like on my master breeder, I had like the hidden village buffs, and I could barely do the entrance of Rhoda dungeon. And when I had those player buffs, I could solo all of hardcore of Rhoda and half of Devildom, and I was like, holy shit, you know.
Oh, once I can get in it, like right. My next play here is, for instance, I picked up cheaply. They're not great. I mean, what I mean by they're not great is they're 2 slot and 3 slot. Armor, boots, gloves, helmet, yada yada yada. I picked up a plus 20 set for Sejuan Bond. So once I am 170, I have a full Sejuan Bond set, and I have one of my axes plus 20 that I need. It's 3 and 4% and 19 crit power. Um, and then I need to get a second axe. But right now, I need to get Masterclass so I can run Cube and get a cheap ass level 1 Masterclass set bonus. That's my big thing.
Yeah.
So now I gotta get Masterclass tonight. Hopefully tonight.
You can easily do it in one night if you just play for maybe like a few hours.
Yeah, well, not if I spend the whole night looking for the guild NPC because everybody has a quest for me. So they're not orange, they're red and green, and the auction broker's green, black market, coin exchanger, blacksmith, armor trader, spellcraft. I'm convinced there's not a guild NPC.
There is. I know that I've gotten lost looking for them before too, but there is.
Oh, aha, he's red.
Here we go.
I'm glad I played this last server. I played for 2 months, pretty much straight, and then some really unfortunate things happened, and I can no longer play there.
Oh, on your private server? Or...
Yeah,
Oh, that sucks.
basically they had rupee sellers like we have here. But I didn't buy from the rupee seller. What I did is I traded. I didn't know they was a rupee seller. I went on to another private server and I traded them a bunch of stuff on that server for 2.5 trillion on the server I was playing on. They happened to be a rupee seller, and so when the admin looked at it, he was like, "Yeah, you were buying rupees from this guy." I was like, "No, I have screenshots of the trade." They're like, "Well, you bought from a rupee seller, so I have to ban you." So that was super unfortunate.
You know, I never knew that you could get rupee spammers on private servers. Like, I didn't know they
Some
would
of
ever.
the private server I came from is more populated than this server. Everyday server in all red. Like,
Wow.
yeah, way more populated than retail. And yeah, it's not just like 10, 15 people. There's thousands of daily players on that server. Fanatics Catan. I feel like I just used to always run to Rondo for these. Can you still do, or to Horizon? Can you still do that, or do I need to find the ones in Rondo?
Um, well, the ones in Catan are at Lake Messy. They're pretty easy to find. I don't know if you can complete them in another town or not, but I mean, they're not that far away.
It's right out. If I go north, it's right outside, isn't it?
Yeah, well, just look at your map and look at Lake Messy. I think it's actually southwest, but double check that.
Uh, oh, I went the complete opposite way. Alright. I guess I should probably buy player buffs. I want to save my money for what's it called? Well, I want to wait until Masterclass, I think, to buy player buffs because right now I can one-shot mobs in hardcore TOE. So I don't see a point.
Yeah, right now, if you have Hidden Village, the Hidden Village buffs are good enough to get you to Master Class, and the Master Class Trials is where you'll probably start to have issue, because well,
Isn't
no,
that the
not the
one with all
Master
the
Class,
bosses?
not the Master Class Trials. The Talent Point quest is where you'll start to have issues. Masterclass, most of them, they just spawn a bunch of different monsters for you to kill. But they nerfed them like forever ago. Like when Masterclass Trials first came out, they were damn near impossible to do. Then they nerfed them into oblivion because literally everyone complained that you had to have higher level players doing the Masterclass Trials for you in order to be able to do it. And then
Kind of like kind of how the witch was.
Yeah.
When the first witch first came out, it was like looking for R7 players to help me do the witch quest.
Pretty much. But the talent point quests, by the way, they've added more. Well, I should ask. You already know all about talent points, right?
I know how they work. I don't know how to obtain. And in most private servers, there might be a TP quest, like for instance the one you're working on right now. That's that quest with the abbreviation scrolls or whatever.
Yeah.
Those ones I usually just did because it was like $8. You could have all your TP in like 10 minutes. You just buy the scrolls and run to the NPCs, and you were good to go. It's like 10 minutes.
Sirens Island. Yeah, so basically with the talent points, after you, once you hit your master class, you are given 2 talent points just for reaching master class. Hero Hector will then have 3 additional quest lines that you can do to get 3 more talent points. Once you get level 160, you'll get another quest for your 6th talent point. Once you hit level 70, you'll get a quest that will unlock the Rhoda dungeon for you, so that you can enter it, and also give you your 7th talent point quest. The Blessings of the Gods give you your 8th, 9th, and 10th talent points, and once you hit level 200 to 210, and you can access the new dungeon Sky Fortress, you get your 11th talent point quest. Back in the day, there only used to be 5 talent points total. They've now added up to 11 talent points, and I think that's insane.
So my first 2, well, that's obviously going to go right into dual summon mastery because I don't think there's a different passive that's better.
No, dual summon is the best for every pet class.
Unfortunately. Which sucks because I don't think, no it's not, I don't think that unless the class tree is different on retail for some reason, which it shouldn't be.
I don't know.
Going? Oh, I probably have to talk to the guild guy again, don't I? I mean, I talked to him, and I turned the quest in, but I didn't talk to him again to get another quest. That's probably other quest for me. But yeah, if the tree is the same, then no, the gear I have will be kind of useless. Nope, letter. Trouble. Apparently I just need to go to the different towns. Do you know what order they go in?
I don't think it matters what order you go in. Unless it tells you specifically which one to go to, I don't think it matters. But you have to do Horizon, Laksy, Catan, and then and you have Rondo.
Rondo, yep.
You have to do those 4. And then after that, I believe, is the Sanctuary quest line, which starts at level 120.
I don't think I've ever done that one.
Yeah.
I've done the Witch quest line. The one that gives you the Ice Maiden.
The Ice Maiden is a Veiled Island quest line.
Yeah, I've done that one. That one on the server I was playing on, that one's required in order to enter Devildom.
Yes, actually that is required to enter Devildom.
Okay, so yeah, no, that was the thing. It was an annoying thing.
I'm trying to think if I think it's just that the Saint quest line is required in order to get the Witch quest part 2, which is required to get the Master Class trials. And then the Veiled Island quest line is required to get into Devildom, and then the 7th talent point quest is required to get into Rhoda.
questing.
By the way, there is currently a glitch in the game where basically you can't even enter Rhoda until you've been given a special entry token, which you get from that 170 quest line. So if someone tries to summon you in there with a feather or anything, like it won't work. But if they're in hardcore Rhoda and they use a feather, you can actually accept and you can go in there. So once you're like level like 154, 155, if you find a good P level, you can just P level up to like 170 and get all your stuff. That's what I did. Is it like one level of 154, I went up to level 171.
Oh, that's a good idea.
No, the problem is finding a good P level. A lot of P levels will have higher level players, will be for higher level players, so, or they'll be in regular Rhoda.
Like the one shouting right now says P. So if I join him real quick.
Let me see what their party is. H Roa Room Hector 1.5 bill 1 hour. You could do that one, and that's by the
this one says 500 mil.
H Rayo 500 mil free summon. I don't know, but I do know that the person running the other one, Gawa, with the GAWAAA, that's the one that did it for me, and I found out about them through a friend. So like they're really good. I don't know about the other one. You could try it.
I don't see his shout.
I know if you press J, you can get the party finder, and then click refresh to make sure it's current, and you'll see the different parties on there.
So I guess I just do the invitation thing.
Yeah, it'll take a moment for them to get it and then invite you.
Yeah, if I'm too low, they won't though.
I don't think they can tell your level when you do the invite.
Yeah, it tells them. In chat, it says my class and my level.
Oh, that's a new feature because it never did that before.
Oh. Yeah, when you what's it called? It should tell them my class and level when I'm joining.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know it always does that after you've already clicked like join, but like when you just ask for an invite, it doesn't show them that unless they've made an update at some point.
Oh, they haven't pinned me or anything saying my level's too low.
And if you give them a minute, you can also just PM them and ask, hey, can I get an invite?
Yeah,
That works sometimes. Stump logging area. I need to see if that's anywhere near me.
170 coolness.
That's not anywhere near me, so I'm just gonna go back. I'm pretty sure I don't need that one.
I got in one. I got in the 500 mil one.
I already have that active quest. Okay.
gotta get one more. I should probably. So all the annoyingly, apparently the growth potions stop at 150 plus. Oh
There's
wait,
different tiers
but
of growth potions.
yep. I just saw it and I. Well, that was the thing is they did the. So there's four different colors of growth potions. I don't
Yep.
know if the red ones have come to retail yet or not, but so you have the weird little blue color, and that normally does 1 through 120. And then that used to be another color. I think it was the green used to be 120 through 150. And then there was yellow, and that 150 did 150 to
70.
181 originally, and then 181 plus required the red ones.
Yeah, cause you get those for leveling up for free as the level
Yep,
up rewards, and I have like
yep.
the trainees potion of growth, the potion of growth, the bound potion of growth, the growth potion superior, and the superior is green and goes from 151 to 170.
170. Yep.
Now the
Yep.
cash shop ones though, I believe aren't level limited, or at least there's like some that will go for everything.
And then there's some you can't open until 200 plus.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear that Gala is getting the rights to their game back after May 31st?
I heard something about that because I just told when I got banned on the private server, I was like, my buddy was like, well, if you're leaving, I'm leaving. And he's like, where are you going? I was like, well, I spent over $250,000 on this game on private servers, and I don't have anything to show for it because over the last 15 years of me playing private servers, or 10 years plus of private servers, um, nobody, some servers lasted a month, some servers lasted 3 years. I played this on a server that lasted 5.5 years and didn't even have a cash shop. Um,
So,
and
like, with the cash shop on a private server, that doesn't actually connect to the actual, like, live cash shop server, right?
no. That's
So,
all run by their own. The cash shop is completely different. Um,
so that would just go
it,
to whoever owned the server then.
yep, yep. Hundreds of $1,000s a month to big servers.
Jeez. Between this game and League of Legends and Team Fortress 2 are probably the three games I've spent the most money on since I've been, since high school when I actually had a job and when I
Right.
first got a job and had more disposable income. I can't even imagine how much money I've spent total between those three games.
I only did this one. That's it. I don't play League because I can't stand the idea of spending a half hour or more on leveling up and making a character strong just for the game to end. And it'd be like making a new character every day in Rappelz. Get to 150, then delete the character and start over.
Mm,
That's how I feel playing League. The closest thing I could ever play to it was Smite. I tried so hard to get into League because it's such a big game that everyone plays. The closest I could get to it was Smite, and even then, after like 2 hours, I was like, I've literally wasted 2 hours and I have nothing to show for it. Whereas with Pels, I could, if I played for 2 hours, I might have leveled up, I might have traded something, I might have gained currency, like I have something to show for my 2 hours of time.
See,
So I
back in
kept
the
like
day,
never.
like I would literally log in for maybe like 6 or 7 hours. I might spend the entire time in the flea market, literally just buying shit, reselling it, bidding on stuff for cheap in the auction house, reselling that, shouting in chat, and just trying to broker trades. Like I could be like entertained for most of the day, um,
Just
literally
trading.
just yeah, just
Yeah,
playing for the economy and making
yeah.
money.
That's how my brother was. He did the economy, and I did the grinding. So like me and my brother both play. He was older than me. He did the economy, so he was always very wealthy. But the highest he ever made it was level 102, but with had trillions of dollars. Like he pretty much only played for the economy aspect. So he was my older brother, and so like for instance, I would do his chores for in game money. It'd be like I give you 15 bill if you do the dishes for after dinner tonight or whatever. So he didn't have to do them. So he never had to do his chores because he was constantly buy selling and trading. But I was rank 7 and he was R5. Like, and he started before me.
Yeah.
So if anybody ever PK'd him, like I'd protect his parties, and when he did party, like I'd go and stand near their parties on my rank 7 character, or like I'd pull mobs like in PP1 or 2. I would literally just like loop the room and then just stand there on my warlock, waiting for this party to start. I guess I could try and keep doing these quests. Um, since I'm just literally running in circles. I don't like that the Harmony of Life skill cooldown is like so fast. It's like a half hour or something like that. Like the Harmony of Life ability. Um, I had a +8 or +9 card on the server I was on, and it was like 3.5 hours. But, oh,
Damn.
finally got the last player. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, Luffy, he was like, well, guess you gotta start a new character. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, you gotta have a new character. I was like, a new character newer than 3 days?
Oh,
literally
Luffy.
made, yeah, I was like, I literally made this character not even 3 days ago. It's going on 3 days. He's like, yeah, you can get Hidden Village for 30 days for free. And I was like, yeah, I have it. Oh, you can get growth potions all the way up to 170. I was like, yeah, I have them. I don't know how much more new you can say for a character, considering it's literally 3 days old. I remember when rank 7 was like
Aw, damn.
an
Ugh.
actual grind.
I need to get used to that.
What?
So I just did all of the basically keybinds for my skill bars and then redid all of my skills. So by habit, I'm pressing like one specific key combination to send my pet in to attack, and I'm just like using my buffs basically. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh yeah, I just rebinded everything, and I have my muscle memory of like a decade and a half kicking in because I've used the same keybind for that long.
Oh,
That's
what's
gonna
this
be.
Chaos Stone? Is that the? All right,
Say
so
again?
you have the Chaos Stone buff. It's like 100% crit power, which is really good. Or useful. Does that require you to have the Sky Crystal, or can you just get a +10?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, so like there's a buff that let me find the player that has it. I just seen him. All right, so it's called Chaos. It's 20% crit rate and a plus 100% crit power.
There is a buff. I wonder if that's what it is. There's a buff that you can get from the lack trader. You can trade in your lack for it, and depending on how much lack you trade in, you get a higher level of it. And I
Uh,
think it deals with crit rate and crit power.
okay.
However, if that's the one I'm thinking of, it doesn't work on pet classes because it doesn't like with. So I don't know how the Overlord and how the Beastmaster work, but on Master Breeder, certain stats like your crit rate and your your crit power and
Yeah.
intelligence transfer over. But
Only on Master Breeder.
yeah, but like on
But
Master
on
Breeder,
Beastmaster, your pet isn't your main thing. You on Beastmaster, you are the main thing. Your pet is secondary.
yeah, so
Whereas on
it'll work better
Overlord
for
and Master
you,
Breeder,
but it
yeah,
won't transfer to your pets.
nope, don't need it to.
Yeah, so on Master Breeder, it's worthless because you're like, oh, hey, if I increase my crit power, I increase my pet's crit
No,
power.
Overlord is useless. Master Breeder,
Um,
because Master Breeder transfers crit power to your pet.
yeah, except for that buff. That buff on a Master Breeder doesn't transfer that extra crit power to your pet,
Uh,
making it worthless on a Master Breeder.
yep.
Although people love
Beastmaster.
Overlord, like Overlord is the most popular of the three.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it's also the cheapest because you're virtually just as strong with +25 gear as you are with level 1 gear because you're literally just a buff stick. Like I say that because it's true. You're literally just a buff stick. My Overlord, I maxed out full +25, 2S5 wind pixies, and literally I put strength on everything, and then intelligence as a second stat, and my S5 wind pixies with just this is just normal buffs, like literally AC buffs. I was pushing 28k strength on my freaking S5 win pixies. It was ridiculous because if you have the plus 25 helmet that gets plus 3 stats and everything, it turns out to 190% of your strength goes to your pets. So double whatever strength you have goes to your pets. And so you can get some players got up over 32k strength on their win pixies. It's ridiculous. And that's not like, oh, we got private server buffs. It was the same buffs I have now. And my character was wearing level 1 gear.
Yeah.
But it was like blue dragon gear, so that I got the plus 25% strength bonus, and that transferred to my pet. Like, it all added up, but level 1 gear, because I wasn't attacking or anything. Like, for instance, I use a crossbow and
I've actually been interested in making a Beastmaster because I thought that they're pretty cool transforming into stuff, but I don't know, a lot of people seem that they're the inferior of the 3 classes. Like they say that they fall off both in PvE and PvP. But I don't know. Pretty much people say that either that basically Void Mage is basically the single best class in the game, followed by like Overlord, Master Breeder, and possibly Berserker, because Berserker apparently has like only one skill that you can just spam over and over in PvP that'll just destroy everything.
yeah, you just for Sky, you literally just a Templar that builds block rate, which I heard they nerfed the shit out of it here this last patch actually.
Yeah.
Because it used to be able to get 100% block rate, and so you take like almost no damage. And I guess they nerfed it so you can't get more than 70% on retail now. I mean, eventually that'll hit private service too, but right now they just nerfed it like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Because you just go Templar and then you just get 2 S5 EPs and then basically hit the button and the whole group dies, and then you have a 35-second cooldown, and then in 35 seconds you can kill the entire room again. I forgot who to trade.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I got off track earlier, but one funny thing that I've seen people doing is they'll make alts that are like, you know, if you're a diva, you start out as a guide before anything else, right?
Yeah.
They'll go all the way up to the master class trials without choosing another class. So they'll never go from guide to breeder or to cleric.
I just did that for somebody because they were running around on a 170 Deadeye, and then what they were doing is they had 3 slaves. They would poison shot the mob and then run away on their main character, and then when the mob died near their ults, they guys go like, "This is taking you forever." I was like, "I can solo in here," and at that time I was like 130 or something like that. How do the AFK parties here work? So nobody's told me I need to give somebody money yet.
So they should feather everyone, and then they should go through. Yep, one by one, the person who's doing the party should start trading everyone, and they will take your money. And then once they start, everyone pops their SS and growth potion and animal cracker and whatever the hell have they, and they will go for it, and they'll just do their thing.
Swap pets. I'm gonna swap pets. I'm gonna beat that guy since it's an AFK party. I need to level my. I have my transform pet. I need to get him to rank 7 so that he gets feline fortitude or whatever.
Yeah. As long as your pet's not like higher level than you to where it's gonna nerf the EXP, no one gives a crap if your pet's lower level than you because you're not expected to do anything.
Yep, I know. But I was just thinking about it. I was like, my pet's 153. I don't need to be strong right now, but I'm right now. My transform pet's level 119, and I need it. I need it to get it to 150 because it's a 150 passive. Because I found out recently that
I love how broken this game is. I literally got a quest, right? Where I need
Yep.
to go kill 3 different monsters, and it says request for elimination of -1 from something, -1 from something, and -1 from something. And then where it has the 3 tiers, it says -1, 0 of 1, -1, 0 of 1, -1, 0 of 1. It's just replaced it with zeros and ones.
Close
That
enough.
is that is the most descriptive quest I think I've ever gotten. So it really messed with my mind. They now added a new section into the flea market where there's basically a cash shop ticket you can get to like this boutique, and you can go um, and I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not.
No, because in there in there's a new part of the map that's not that I don't know if it doesn't seem to be in retail, but there's like a market area in HB now. Up
Oh.
past to the left side of the breeder. Um, the left side of the breeder. There's basically a flea market right there. It's also got a giant like a. Do you remember the in Horizon where the scarecrows are? There used to be a big building that had auction brokers.
Yeah.
You remember that effect? Basically, there's that right out with, and you can set up shops inside of there, inside of HB. So you don't have to go to flea market. You can just go to HB.
That's cool. Yeah, inside the flea market now, it's like there's a bunch of different NPCs that are wearing basically like transmogrified armor from the different like armor sets. And if you purchase a ticket from the cash shop, you can go and find whichever one you like, and you can basically get that transmogrified armor to make your appearance look like them.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's not even class bound, so if you're an Asura and you like the one for the Diva, you can get it and make it look like the Diva.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
I just saw that one the last couple times I was on, and I was like, what is this? And then I read up about it, and I was like, that's kind of cool.
See, I have to. There's like I learned that there's like I studied the F out of Beastmaster. This private server basically it is the most. I started it because it was the most updated. You know, they're like the most because a lot of them are like Epic 8.1, which is I think. I mean 6.2 is my favorite Epic. I think that's when the game was the very best it's ever been.
I
Um,
kind of, I don't know, I kind of like back when all the pets were actually good, to be able to use as pets and not just,
yeah,
slap them on a
that
belt.
yeah, that was 6.2. That was right before That was when Dura came out, and there was no master class.
Yeah,
So
and there was
no,
also no soul pets
nope, no soul patch yet. Oh
and
god.
no heck.
Okay, so I did play master class retail for a little bit. That reminds me. I played for about 3 weeks. I got to 157 and became Beastmaster. So at one point I must have done the master class quest line, or I paid my brother to do it. I may have paid my older brother to do the quest line for me. Um, but I did. I became Beastmaster, and it was during the rapid fire meta when rapid fire pets were everything. So I
Yes, oh
technically
my god,
turned
I
to.
had 2 rapid fire frogs that also had time attack and rapid fire. You have
I
those
had
2
the
things
twos,
on there
yeah.
with like the harpy unity. And then after that, it was the bone dragons. You had a tank bone dragon, and you had a like a physical deal, like a melee
Yep.
bone dragon, and those things. And then it was just healer. After that, it was all if your pet isn't, the best healing pet in the world, then what are you doing with your life? Because we deal so much damage, we out damage our pets. They've all been so nerfed. So just get the best healing pet ever.
Yep.
It,
Then it was S5 Blue Pixies for a long time. That was the thing.
yep. And now it's the fairies and hero and fucking Hector.
So, as Beastmaster, I prefer Slaughterer over Hector.
Slaughter
Hector's
is
good.
technically in the same class as Hector. It's the only other tier 7, but Hector is just the definitive best pet in the game. It has the highest stats. It has the highest damage.
Yes and no. Technically, Gladiator has higher stats, stat for stat. As far as AoE damage, uh, Hector is better. Problem Hector is better on Overlord and Master Breeder. What makes
So
him
I've heard a
bad?
lot of people say that he's not good on Master Breeder.
He's okay, but he's bad on Beastmaster. Here's why. So Beastmaster, you are the tank, right? Meaning you kind of partially rely on past damage, whereas Hector only has his one heal with that long ass cooldown, and Bloody Slaughterers heal 1% of their health continuously. So whenever you kill something for 10 or 15 seconds, they heal 1% of their health.
Hmm.
Well, you can get it up over 5 million health when you're fully built as a Beastmaster. Not that I plan on doing that on retail, but you can get over 5 million health on a Bloody Slaughter. So it's healing like over 50k every second. And so you never have to worry about using a heal pet. You never have to worry about any of that because between your Grandmaster Hector card healing you and your pet healing itself, you can just focus damage the more damage you do, and that's all you really need. But like that's why I'm opting for Bloody Slaughters over Hector. Right now I have an S1, S2, I think it is. It doesn't tell me that I have to go. That's annoying. Yeah, I have an S1 and S2. I have an S1 170 that obviously I can't use yet. And then I have an S2 that's my level and soon to be lower than me. And then I have an S5, S5 181 DT, but that was just because I was like, oh, I'll just power level with the pet. And that actually was slower than me just killing by myself. But Hector is better on. No, I mean, he's good on Beastmaster. His AoE ability is a lot better. So he's okay. But Beastmaster, the thing with Beastmaster is he had like how to word this. So his passive is, in layman's terms, he turns vitality into strength. So the more vitality you and your pet have, the more strength you and your pet get. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a lot of
So,
classes have stuff like that actually.
well, yeah, but his is specifically he has two. That's the thing is he has two
Yeah.
different ones, and one it goes to your pets, and then the other one is your pets go to you. So then they stack on top of each other. I need to get that boss card. I need to figure out which. I need to look up which one it is real quick. Um, but they stack on top of each other. Same reason that there is rings that drop in cubes that are more powerful than sky rings, which is ridiculous, but only on Beastmaster.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because they add +3 to domestication each, so you can get +6 domestication from 2 rings
Wow.
instead of getting 3 pieces of gear, you can get 6 from your pets or 6 from just rings. Which boss card is it? Magma Golem, I believe it is. Wait, no, it's not. I need Stone Gargoyle. You don't happen to have any of those, do you?
What?
Actually, I can check the Stone Gargoyle cards.
Stone. Let me check my warehouse. Are you looking for a boss card or are you looking for like a pet
Yeah,
card?
the boss card.
Let's see.
If not, I'll just buy one. They're 100 mil.
No, I don't have a stone gargoyle.
Alright, I'm just gonna. There's a 5 stack for.
You already know about the collections?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the first thing I did was get 3 Devil's Reviac cards for that 30 crit power.
Yeah.
One of the very first things, because I was level 1, I couldn't wear shit. I started the server out with a slight bonus of 600 bill because I traded stuff on private servers to come back here. I basically was like, hey, I have all this shit. What are you down on retail? They're like, I got 600 bill. I was like, I'll take it. So I am down to 58 bill.
Hey,
But
600 bill is no joke. You can get some good stuff with that.
well, I got my full lava set minus my axes. I got my 3 S1 Minotaurs. I got my 2 S5 Skeletons. I got my Soul of Lunacy, Mephisto, and Grandmaster Hector card. Um, so those are things that I carry with me throughout the pretty much the rest of the game. I got my 2 Bloody Slaughters. I got my S5 VT for buffs. Not that it needs to be S5, but it is S5. I got some Crystal Golems if I need them. And I got my transformation pet. I'm gonna say that's a pretty good head start for 3 days.
Yeah, you're doing better than I'm doing.
So yeah, it was a pretty hefty head start. Is my pet already 150? Jesus Christ! Please give me the skill.
Oh, it's the priest. That's where I need to go.
I think you got solid body instead. That's annoying. Oh no, he got it. He got it. I'm hyped. Okay, so not all, but uh, some of the pet passives get transferred to you when you use Forbidden Harmony as Beastmaster. Like I said, not all of them, but some of them. But one of them is Feline Fortitude, which, if you don't know, is plus 21.5% all stats.
That's
Strength,
nice.
vitality, agility, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, and luck. So all of those stats get increased by 21% just by me transfer on top of all the pet stats I get just by transferring them to my pet. So I get plus 21% all stats, but it has to be a tank soul pet. And then because I use dual axes, if I use, not that it matters right now, and it's just a visual glitch, but it makes me happy. When you do have like plus 20 or higher axes on a Beastmaster, and you transform into the sword pet, the swords glow, they look like enchanted assassin swords. It's just a visual bug, but it's no other pet lets your enchantments show through your transformation. So I specifically go for the human knight, the ghost knight with the dual swords because of that visual bug. You can use any of the human pets; they all give the same stats, but that is the only one that your weapon enhancements show through.
Right.
So that's important to me. Also, non-dura gear is a pain in the ass to drop here. I don't know how people make money off non-dura farming, if they do here.
So basically, you do it on Kaya. So there's two places you can do it. The premier place is to go to Kaya Lake, where you have all the big Yetis that are level
Yep.
150. And
Yep.
then if you also go into the nearby dungeons on Veiled Island, that is the Temple of the Exile, Temple of the Ancients, and Temple of Lost Souls.
Yeah, you can go
They don't.
to the Dragon's Nest.
Yeah. So well, some people do dragons, but those actual dungeons themselves drop special non-dura gear that have special properties on them.
Oh,
Like,
the legendary gear.
yeah, and that gear sells pretty well, also, just like the non-Dura gear. Depending on it, you can get lower end, like 5 to 7 mil. Higher end, you can get over like 30 mil for a single weapon,
Yep.
just depending on like what it is. So, but what people will do is they'll have all of their luck stat increases going. They'll get on Kyle Lake and they'll have, a good 15, 20 monsters. They'll use one AoE attack. They'll kill everything at once. And then odds are, if you do that, for an hour, I know some people that say that they're easily able to make over a bill farming an hour of just doing that. Now, the problem is that as the server's populated and you're fighting for
How many
farm on the
people
lake
do?
with other people, It's become a hot contested PvP area. That has died down a bit. Back when I used to play a couple years ago, it was a lot more common
I don't know
occurrence
why
than it
people
is
don't
now.
just use pigs. Pigs is better. I mean, unless it's changed here, pigs should be better.
I don't know, but I
It,
know that that's like the premier place to do it. And then farming the dungeons and the hardcore dungeons, typically you can find some good stuff. Now, the only thing with hardcore dungeons is really only one person can be in a hardcore dungeon, because if you have good clear speed, you can clear the entire dungeon and run back
yeah,
to the
I
big.
can that was my thing is I went and killed Sandlord. I killed everything, killed Sandlord, ran back, and the first mob I killed hadn't spawned yet. And I was like, fuck, you
Yeah, if you have
bastard.
good kill speed, you can't share a hardcore dungeon with someone else. It's yours, or it's theirs, and whoever PKs who first is the person that
Yeah,
gets it.
that was the thing with that other guy, because at first I jumped into I think I told you this, but I power leveled his 4 slaves, um, because I was trying to regular level my first character, and he was trying to power. He was in Sanctuary, and I was like, hey, I'm 131. What level are your ults? Because they were all steppers still. And I was like, he's like, oh, they're 110. I was like, when they get 120 plus, I'll join you. Well, then he doesn't message me, so I was like, you know what, screw it. Or he goes, I'll message you when they're 120. I was like, all right, awesome. He didn't message me, but he was holding Sanctuary, and I didn't want to kill steal all his mobs like a dick, especially because he was 170 plus. If he did challenge me to a fight, there's no way I stood a chance. Um, now that I think about it, I think I might have actually stood a chance because I watched him die 4 times in hardcore TLA, and I was soloing there at 130. So,
That's funny.
um,
Probably had no gear and didn't have high level pets.
well, he was on a 170 masterclass character. He was on a 170 Deadeye, and he was using his Deadeye to use. What he was doing is he was in the party, and then he'd hit poison shot and then run away. So then the mobs would die next to his characters that weren't in the that were low level, and then they would get the XP because they were close to the mobs. That's what he was doing. I was like, this is so slow. I was like, just add me. He's like, can you kill here? I was like, yeah. But then he started pulling like the whole room, and the trick I had was I had to kill them before they cast the dot skill, and I could kill 2 groups before any of them cast the skill. The problem was is he would group them all, and then when I would attack one, they would all turn the whole room would turn to me, and then one of them would cast the skill, and then I'd be fighting to stay alive. And so once I changed, I was like, dude, stop pulling. I was like, go take your main character, go to town, go do what you gotta do, put your other characters on follow on me, and when you come back, they'll be rank 7. And so finally he did, because I was at 130. I was soloing Betty, hardcore, no problem. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick though, so I'll be right back.
Sure thing.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back. Oh, yeah, did you see it? They changed how the enchantment plus after level plus 20 goes.
They changed it?
Yeah, they fucking changed it. I went on like a 1-year hiatus and they changed that shit. So instead of now going from plus 20 to plus 21, 20, to up to plus 25, right?
Yeah.
Now it all stays plus 20. It doesn't go above plus 20. But instead what they do is they've added a new element into the game called Lucid's Power, and it goes up to plus 32. And you now have these little blue triangles that will appear on the weapon when you hover over the description. And depending on how many triangles you get a different like plus. So now the plus 25 on anything is effectively like a plus 32 Lucid's Power. So it's effectively a plus 20 with plus Lucid's Power instead of just being like a plus 21, 22, 23. I'm like, why did they have to go and complicate this shit? There's two
Wait,
elements.
but you don't need plus 20 food anymore? Or you still
So
need the food too?
it's still the same thing, they just changed it. So instead of having a plus 22, it's now a plus 20 with a plus, 16 Lucid's Power, instead of just being a plus 22 weapon.
God, that sounds confusing as fuck.
It's confusing as fuck, yes. And I believe you can also level up your soul stones. So you can actually take the Cash Shop soul stones, which by the way, they released a second rendition of the Cash Shop soul stones that are like the advanced soul stones that give even more stats than the regular Cash Shop soul stones. And then you can actually level those up to like plus 10.
Yeah, it's so much.
So there's two parts to it where it's like you have to craft part of the there's like two Lucids thing. There's like Lucid essence and Lucid shards, and I think you have to craft the essence by dismembering other stuff or something, and then you could buy the Lucid shards in the cash shop that you use to combine the stuff. It's something like that. Like they've made it needlessly more complicated. So they could add in an extra cash shop item, basically.
Great.
I highly recommend that you look up the Rappelz Discord. If you just go to Google.
I'm in it.
Oh, you're already in it? Yeah, there's actually a guide on it. It's like the top under like where it says guides, where it says like the 9.8. It's like the first guide on there. It actually goes over all the changes they made with Epic 9.8, which includes the enchanting plus past plus 20 guide. I still don't completely understand the system. I have like a very basic idea, but I need to go through and like actually like learn it.
Do it. Yeah, learn it and do it to get it.
On my streams, I actually started out making educational videos for Rappelz because I'm trying to, help increase awareness, try and see if I can't get more people to learn about the game to want to try it.
Right.
So I did a video over all the enchanting and plus 20 to plus 25 and everything. And in this 1 year that basically I was gone, they basically invalidated my video. Me teaching people all this stuff.
You're like, hey guys, check this out. Just kidding. It's all different. No. I take back everything I said.
I take back everything I said. Fuck this game.
I feel that with a burning passion. That's literally how I felt when I left, though. I was so discouraged.
Since you've played on a more active server than this, like, are a lot of the classes in this game really that unviable at high level PvE and PvP?
At the current state of the game, yes.
That is so sad.
Beastmaster, like when it comes to soloing Sky, comparing these are full plus 25 characters, plus 25 belts, full belt pets, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And Zerker, if you have plus 10 cards and everything you need for basically maxed out Zerker, can solo Sky. Beastmaster can solo Sky. not very fast. Master Breeder, super easy to solo this guy. You just need +10. What's the mastery skill?
Creature
Uh,
mastery?
no, the defense buff.
Oh,
Defense mastery.
defensive mastery.
Just max that out, and then you just take a CG and EP in there. The CG tanks. It's AoE holds aggro, and then you have. Apparently, I tabbed out of Rappelz and can't get back in. That's very annoying. Um, and then the EP from the AoE from the EP one shots everything.
So I was really wanting to get back into trying to make like a Deadeye or like a Archer or something like that. Those are two classes I actually wanted to
My
play, but
my buddy's he's doing a marksman right now because the one I told you was coming back to retail. I think he's like R5 right now. Am I really completely locked out of Rappelz? Last time I did this, I had to reboot my whole system because I could not get the game to open.
oh, you tabbed out of it, now it won't go back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, close your client and go back in, and then go into your settings. Make sure that you have windowed mode and full windowed mode both checked.
That's what I have on. I have it windowed, the full screen windowed. I don't want to close it because I'm in hardcore. Won't that kick me out of the hardcore?
It'll kick you out of hardcore. Fuck.
And I don't know how to tell my party that I'm coming back. I mean, I can just tell them client crash, right?
Well, it happened to me the other day. They were willing to resummon me at no extra cost the other day when my client crashed, which was really nice. But I can't guarantee everyone will do that.
I'm sure since they need the 8, they need the 8 for the party buff, or the party thing.
Yeah. Maybe. You go up to the ivory tower.
What about to find out? Oh.
But yeah, I found that the Rappelz Discord, their guides have been pretty helpful. The Rappelz wiki is like incredibly outdated, but like it still has some good information on there. A lot of good basics, I would say. Those two places where I get a lot of my information, other than just stuff I've done before through, from playing.
Yeah,
Damn, it's already almost midnight.
It is 1 a.m. for me.
Oh, okay, so you're 1 hour ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm in Michigan.
Oh, you're in Michigan?
Yeah.
I'm over just south of Houston, in Texas.
Ah, my buddy's from Texas. The marksman. Must be a Texan thing.
Oh yeah, but you're saying that marksman and Deadeye are both like really unviable, both in PvP and PvE?
Marksman's okay. Marksman's playable.
Where that? So there's like a really stupid, annoying glitch where like sometimes your pet won't be able to like cross a terrain or something. So if you're running away from it like really fast and it gets too far away, it'll desummon.
I had something like that happen.
So I'm now having to run back. Shift click.
I just summoned a second pet and then it brings the other one back.
I mean, I don't really even need my pet out, but I like having my pet with me. And it doesn't have its buffs right now anyway, I can recall it. I'm actually starting to get kind of hungry. So typically I work between 3 to 11:30. We'll get out late and get out around midnight more often than not. So from 3 to midnight, typically I'm working. So I'm used to basically having my first meal of the day around like 6:30, having dinner, having some food after I get off work, so about like
So
12:30. Hmm?
we pretty much have schedule because I work 2 to 10.
You work 2 to 10?
Yeah. So I think we will have the same schedule because I'm an hour ahead of you, right?
Yeah, you're 1 hour ahead of me, so your 2 o'clock would be my 1 o'clock, my 3 o'clock would be your 4
Okay.
o'clock.
Okay. So yeah, I'm on first break, so I eat at 7 o'clock your time. That's my
Yeah.
lunch break at work.
Yeah, not far off. I mean, really, I can technically go whenever I want, but typically sometime between 6 to 7 is when I'm eating. I get a 30-minute break. You know, for all these quests, like, I'm having to kill these level, like, 30 monsters, and I'm like, what's stopping me from using my max level Meteor Shower as a level 170 character on a level 30? You know, like...
Nothing.
The hand of God, basically just giving you the giant middle finger. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it because I'm bored and I have literally nothing to do.
I need to
Oh,
keep
that's
going through this
interesting.
stuff.
I didn't know you targeted. I thought like you clicked on the ground where you wanted that to go. I didn't know you that just like targeted a specific monster.
Yeah, it targets just like a regular skill.
Use my darkness arrow. When using your spam spells over and over, it gets boring. And you're like, I need some variety, damn it.
Get Heaven's Breaker. You're gonna want that on your Heaven's Breaker, and then I think it's called Thunder. They're two
I
AoE
have
stun.
Oh, I have all of my skills from DM, CM, and VM on my skill bar.
Yeah, it would be a Chaos Magician skill. Very
Heaven,
last one on the bottom.
Heavens.
Looks. Yep, it's an AoE stun.
Oh yeah, I have a Heavens Breaker on here, level 5.
Yep, that's your most useful stun. It's avoid mage PvP from 7.4 to 8.1. Or sorry, 7.4 to 8.1. I was a corruptor PK, and then I swapped to void mage for PvE because they're ridiculously broken. They're literally immortal, so
So a lot of people are trying to tell me that like the premier way to play Master Breeder is with your Ethereal Pixie as your primary and your Crystal Golem as secondary because of the basically passive damage over time the monsters take when they attack your Crystal Golem.
yep.
Right? I don't know.
Yep.
So like I have a Crystal Golem and I was doing that, but the problem for me is that it was a really slow kill speed. Like no matter how much I buffed up my Ethereal Pixie for that magic damage to buff the Crystal Golem, it still took forever to kill stuff, right?
You
So
slot you put the CG in slot 1.
nope, I kept the CG in slot 2.
No, but it should be number 1. And then period pain or period dot pain. You can with gear without a weapon, the CG can do can eight the dot is 60 million plus without a weapon
Hmm.
with all defense gear. This is keep in mind this is with the Yeshiva belt.
Oh yeah, but when you
Your
have him in
necklace.
the primary slot, he doesn't get buffed from the magic from the Ethereal Pixie, so it nerfs that damage.
That's not how I found it to be, but that was just the stat seems lower in the second slot for me. His overall stats are lower,
Oh.
but I could be wrong. They could have changed it.
I don't know, but I've been using Wind Pixie and Ethereal, and using my Ethereal Pixie in the first slot to basically super buff my Wind Pixie, and my kill speed is like freaking amazing. When I go into farm like DD and stuff, it's
Yeah.
like having a flying chain gun that just does not stop. But
Oh yeah,
my friend,
the a fully buffed Wind Pixie with a mace war armor, specifically war armor. There's a reason you go with war armor, and then the earrings and belt. The
Yeah.
autos are, if you count, because they have a 75% chance to attack twice, and then you use your, if you buff up your, the one that gives you a chance to attack twice, he has 100% double attacks, and they can do 6.3 million autos
Yeah.
with over 1300 attacks. Yeah, and then you times that by two. I was doing DD6. Keep in mind, this is a theoretically unmodded server. Basically, just a thing. The purpose server I was on was basically the XP was higher, so you're a higher level, which doesn't really affect anything after 200 anyways. Then, so you had that, and then basically the stuff that is cash up here is free for the most part, or cheaper. Like for instance, the bag, which is probably like one of the most overpowered cash up items in my opinion. The glowing bag, the 100 crit power. That's kind of broken. Not gonna lie.
But I've had a lot
Uh,
of people tell me that once they hit Sky Fortress, that it becomes impossible to use an Ethereal Pixie and Wind Pixie. That you have to use the Crystal Golem.
yep, yep. Or you just get a Templar to tank for you, and then you use two EPs, and then you just don't care.
Like really sucks though, because I've invested a lot of money into that Wind Pixie and like to like making its damage like
Yep. Even
best.
dual and pixies is bad in Sky.
Well, yeah, but a Duo Wind Pixie would be worse than a Ethereal Pixie because the Ethereal Pixie like supercharges the Wind Pixie.
Kind of, yeah. But two EPs, that's double. And like I said,
Now
but
I
I
know on
keep in mind that.
Overlord, double Wind Pixie is pretty good.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm specifically talking Overlord.
Oh, I'm
I don't
talking
even
Master Breeder.
touch Wind. Yeah, on Master Breeder, I don't even touch Wind Pixie. On Master Breeder, I just double EP or CG, like CG EP combo. My very first character was a breeder. But keep in mind, my very first character, there was no Soul Breeder. That wasn't even an option. Soul Breeder didn't exist yet. Not Master Breeder. Soul Breeder didn't even exist when I started playing. There was Guide and then Breeder, and Cleric and Holy Warrior. There was no second job class when I started playing this game.
So what do you think is probably the best class if you're going to try to solo the game and get the best kill speed and be able to do all of PvE and everything like perfect and better than everyone else?
The highest balance of just overall being able to solo by yourself, keep yourself alive, and deal great damage. Beastmaster, especially if you farm lava,
So
because
you would take Beastmaster over Berserker.
100%, 100% Beastmaster over Berserker. Berserker has higher AOE damage. If you get two pieces, I believe, of Thunderbolt Wave Cut and plus 10 Thunderbolt Wave Cut, you have no cooldown on that ability at all. So you can just spam it over and over and over and over and over until you run out of mana, which is also a problem. um, but the thing with that is, you don't leech life for that, as well as with I was capping out at about 8 to 12,000 strength as Zerker, and I was breaking 33,000 strength as Beastmaster. So
Wow.
triple the vitality. I was hitting about 600 to 700k health on Zerker, and I broke 3.5 million on Beastmaster. Actually, let me see if I have the picture on my phone. I'll DM it to you real quick. I actually have my Beastmaster stats.
That's interesting. So I don't know why a lot of people think that Beastmaster is apparently like the worst.
Because it's expensive as fuck.
It's the most expensive class to get set up.
Yeah, it's very like 'cause, for Overlord. you can be just as strong with level 0 gear as you can with plus 25 gear or 32 or whatever it is now. Because all you need to do is put strength and intelligence stones in your soul slots and get blood synergy or the electric synergy, depending on what pet you're going to use, gear, and you're good to go. Like that's, and then you just get skill cards that increase your buffs. That's the end of the class. All your money goes into your pets and pets gear.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about keeping yourself alive, anything like that. Beastmaster, on the other hand, you have to buy 2 axes. So 2 things you have to plus 25 instead of 1. You have all your armor. Or you buy your soul stones. You have to use 2 pets. So you have not only do you have to pay to have high end pet gear, you also have to have high end character gear. You know, um, so overall, Beastmaster just all right. So I have 39k HP right now. When I transform, I go from 39k to 223k, and I don't even have the master class skill yet.
Yeah, but that's only certain pets, right, that do that. You can't. You have to have like the best pet in order to get that.
I have a stage 0 soul pet. That's what I'm gonna use.
So with your transformations, isn't it like depending on what pet you use, you get different stats or something like that?
Yep, yep. It's 500% for humans, for human soul pets. So the next best thing is S3 or better. Technically, the best thing is S5 Death Gladiator. That is the best thing you can transform into. It's about 700% all stats. That is the very best, the best you could do. The next best thing is significantly cheaper because I don't know if you ever tried to buy a stage 5 Death Gladiator, but they are too expensive. I don't know how much they run here, but let's put it this way, a stage 5 Hector on the server I was just on ran about 650 billion. A stage 5 Death Gladiator ran about 4 trillion. So it's expensive. My stage 0 tank pet that's going to give me plus 500% stats cost me I think 2 or 300 million. Like the price difference for the stat changes too much to be like, yeah, no, I'm gonna wait till I get a stage 5 gladiator. Like it's not worth it.
What I need to do is be able to get a class and level up to where I can start running the P levels and start getting people to pay me like, 1 to 2 bill, just for farming for an hour and easily get like 14 bill on top of whatever drops.
Well, so just go Overlord. It's cheap to make. You already have the stuff for your win pixie. At least one of your win pixies.
You think Overlord is better than Master Breeder for that?
Oh yeah. Because you can run dual win pixies, and then they have, first of all, they have the AoE heal that does damage and heals, as well as you have the what's it called ability? What am I thinking? That mass thing. It does heals 4% of your pet's health and mana, and it's pretty much permanent. I think there's about 4 seconds of downtime with a +0 card, if I remember right.
But you wouldn't use a Beastmaster to do that.
No, I wouldn't recommend that. It would too expensive. Like the point is the Beastmaster would be better, but you'd probably spend close to here you would probably spend close to 7 trillion on maxing out a Beastmaster, whereas you could probably spend 1.2 trillion and have a top tier Overlord, because you could use level 1 gear. You just your passives and your soul stones are all that matters. So you just, like, for instance, you use an X-bow instead of a dirk because you get 2 extra soul slots and you can get 120 strength from a crossbow. So you got a crossbow and then you run strength and all. Like if you have 3 slot gloves and boots, you run 2 strength, 1 intelligence. Because crit power doesn't matter. Because it doesn't transfer to your pets. Intelligence, strength does. When you fully build an Overlord, 190% of your strength goes to pets. 190%. So the more strength you have, the better you are. So then you get a Hector, and if you can get a level 2 potion, that's plus 400 strength and plus 400 intelligence. That's
So
like
you're saying
9.
get a
Good.
Hector just for the potions, but run dual wind pixies?
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, I know dual wind pixies is considered like one of the best things for overlords.
Yep. I could when I was maxed out, I could almost solo one group on Sky. The problem is I couldn't tank right enough, but that server did nerf the AoE heal. Like, cause it does a lot of. It used to be, here it does a lot of damage and a lot of heals. They nerfed the shit out of it there because the level 200 pass or whatever, when you get a kill with it, it's supposed to cut the cooldown in half or something like that. Like that's the passive for level 200 Wind Pixie. They made it to where one that doesn't happen, so it's got the full cooldown all the time, and then it does 10% of what it's supposed to do. Because people would just pull a whole room with 2 Wind Pixies and then just hit the button. And the Wind Pixies couldn't die because their evasion was too high, and they were getting heals, and everything around it would take enough damage to die. So they nerfed the shit out of them.
Wow.
I was trying. That's why I have my phone up. Let me see. There you go. There's my Beastmaster. In
Oh, that's your character stats.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's right before I left. I had the day I left. I went. That's with plus 10 strength or physical wings, lava wings. I had just made plus 10 advanced wings, but I didn't. I didn't take a
Damn.
screenshot. Yeah,
That
that was
sucks.
very very expensive.
Yeah.
Not cash app wise, but in game I think it ran me about 1.7 trillion to make
Oh
those.
yeah. No, those things they cost a lot.
Yep. I have plus 10 physical ones here. I got them for a fairly decent deal from what I've seen. People were asking like anywhere from 190 to 200 bill for them, and I got mine already plus 10 for 180. So I think I paid on the low end of what they're worth. I wasn't too concerned because of the with my lava set. I wasn't too concerned with the crit power. Obviously, that's a big thing later, but at low levels,
So
the
I'm
attack.
seeing plus 10 lava physical wings currently selling for 190 billion.
Yep, I paid 180.
Yeah.
Do you know how to make craft advanced wings?
So I can't even do Volcanus right now since they've changed it. I don't have a character that's high enough to even start it, but I know you have to go in and I know that you have to get like lava cubes and you have to like try and combine those with something to
Oh,
make.
it's got 100% enchant rate, but you have to. The most expensive part is the books and HP. You know, like the Masterclass TP books.
Yeah. Oh, maybe
You
to
can buy.
make it, but to enchant it, it has low rates.
Oh yeah, enchanting it has a super low rate.
Yeah, but I know you have to go in, you have to farm materials, and you have to go and do all that. Actually, I need to see about those wings. So I'm currently debating. Um, I was debating on getting some magic wings for my Void Mage, like the Luminous, since they're a little bit
That's
cheaper than everything else.
yeah, a
But
lot cheaper.
I was debating on basically this, if I should do that, or if I should just save my money until I can get magic wings, like the lava gear wings.
Well, you're looking at a.
Cause the lava wings would give me, let me go back to these physical ones, would be like what 50% movement speed, one attack magic, plus like 15% MP or something like that, because it's all just magic stuff instead of the physical stuff.
Oh, the for lava wings.
Yeah, for the lava magic wings versus getting the
It would be plus 5% all stats, plus 50 movement speed, and plus 1%
that's for the
magic attack.
magic and not for the advanced, right?
Yeah. So
Oh.
yeah, it's 5% all stats. The enchanting them only increases the P/M attack. So the magic ones would be 5% strength,
Yeah.
vitality, agility, dex, intelligence, wisdom, and then 50 movement speed,
Yeah.
and then 1% M attack. And then when you got plus 10, it would be 10%.
Yeah. But I was just
I
debating
need,
if it was worth it to go ahead and get the other ones since they're a lot cheaper for now, or if it'd be better just
I
to.
would, well, yeah, because those are like 8 bill versus 180. So you're looking at 18 times. You got to save what you have now times 18.
Well, yeah, versus
You
just
might
saving that money.
you can resell those. The wings. The wings aren't gonna do. There's a good chance they don't decrease in value. You know, between now and then. For instance, that's what I did before I met that guy that traded me. I actually bought a pair of the physical ones. So I bought a pair of the elf gloves and boots because they were like 30 crit power or something like that each. And I
Yeah.
bought them for like 4 bill a piece because they were the best thing I could get. Well, then I got full lava. So when my buddy got here, he's R5 now. I was like, hey, I got
These
your
are
wings,
lava.
and I got.
Those are defense wings.
Defense wings are really good for Templar, but Templar has some OP passives.
Anyway, what lava weapon did you say you were looking for? Oh wait, you said
I need the one.
axes.
I need one-handed axes.
Oh, never mind. I saw someone selling a crossbow, and I was like, is that what you were looking for?
No, the only reason I need it is as much as I want the 1000 P/M attack and the 20 if I get both, it'd be 2000 P attack and M attack, as well as 40 cast speed and attack speed, which would be good. And the 15 crit power is nice. But you also get 10% extra crit power and 15% HP. The higher my pet's HP is, the higher my HP is. The higher that my vitality is, the higher my pet's vitality is. The higher my pet's vitality is, it increases my strength. And the higher my strength is, the higher my pet's strength gets.
Hey, here's a
So it
crit
gets.
power elf costume set. 6.5 bill per piece.
Yep. I had two out of the 4 pieces, and then I got my lava set. So I gave my buddy that I said that came here with me.
Mm.
I gave him those, and I was like, hey, because he left that server. Me and him we were like, I was rank 11 and he was rank 14, so we were both really high tier. And when I got banned, he was like, I'm going wherever you're going. I'm like, well, I'm going back to retail. It's gonna get really expensive for you. And he came anyways, so I was trying to help him where I can.
Right.
Oh, I should probably go get a drink. Otherwise, I'm gonna fall asleep. It's 1:30 in the morning. All right, I'll be back.
Sure thing.
Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh. The only thing that's not different, so far that I've seen, I've now heard that's changed is the plus 25 system.
Yeah.
Aside from that, everything's the
It's weird.
same. Except for I have to do the masterclass quest, which is bullshit. But I can get over that.
But
That'll work.
the masterclass, like masterclass trials and everything are like such a joke compared to how they were when they first were a thing. Like when they first started out, they were like fucking hard, but now they've been nerfed into oblivion.
Yeah, I haven't tried. Every private server I've ever been on has like just been like, nah, we don't fuck with masterclass. I gotta get to 180 as fast as possible. I gotta get a Shiva belt. Shout for all the axe, see what I get. But yeah, to make, like, in order to craft, I should make a lava mask. That's probably my next big thing, but that's so expensive. It's like 100% enchantment rate, right, to make it, but it's 150 billion just in books from the NPC. So that's not even including all the stuff I have to farm. 150 billion of stuff I gotta buy from the NPC. Because it takes the typhoon crystals, the typhoon shards. So it takes one of those and 20 books to make one crystal. You need 300 crystals to make the mask. It takes 1,000 of each of the crystal shards, or the physical lava shard, magical, and defense shard, and then 300 lava drops, which are super easy to get. Then 300 typhoon crystals, and then 100 black beads or 100 white beads. I fucked up though. The other day when I was making it, and I scrolled up on the guide, and one said one makes the cape and one makes the mask. And I went to make the cape, and I made a second mask because the combination's the same, except for one uses black dragon crystals and one uses white dragon crystals. And I scrolled up in the guide and accidentally used the wrong one.
Damn.
So then I ended up with 2 masks, and I was like, yep, now I need another 150 billion. I needed the mask for an alt, but it was still like, when you're working with hundreds of billions, one fuck up is literally very expensive.
Yeah.
So expensive. But yeah, as far as like value, the easiest character to get the most value out of is Overlord. By far.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I like my Master Breeder, but like I find it kind of boring because effectively I just you let your pets do all the work. And I'm interested in making Void Mage, especially for a lot of PvP action. I don't know, there's just something about like the like Deadeye and
single target, Marksman's highest damage again. Single target damage.
Yeah, like I like the
I
idea of like the Deadeye where you have like the highest attack speed and you have like the dual crossbows and you have like the massive crits and stuff going on, but everyone's like, oh, they've been nerfed into oblivion. They're no longer, you can't do anything in PvE, you can't do anything in PvP. They're garbage. And then a lot of people talking about the same way with marksmen where they're like, oh, they're just, they're gonna get killed by every other class in PvP and they can't PvE. And I'm like, well,
false. Their PvP is actually pretty decent unless you run into freaking uh, whatever it's called. I can't think of its
everyone just
name.
says Void Mage is basically the king of PvP in this game.
Uh, false.
What?
You have Magus. That is king of PvP.
Like, so everyone's saying that apparently there's like a glitch or an exploit that they literally never fixed, and because of it, apparently you're able to do like so much damage with Void Mage with your skill resets and everything, so that you can
Oh
out
yeah,
damage any other class.
yeah, but go up against the Magus. Let me know how that goes.
So you think Magus is the best PvP class in the game?
Yeah. Especially when it comes down to fighting mages, you can
So what
get.
does a Magus actually do? Because like I know that like I know that that's like a buffer, kind of like
Well, they're like still. They can turn people into yaks, turn people to stone. They have permanent seals. Basically, they're a CC character with dot damage. And but you can get more than 4 times the amount of magic resistance than a void mage can reach with a full wiz build. Like you could build a corruptor with full wisdom and magic accuracy stones and EPs on your belt, and you still won't land a hit on a magus. You can stare at hit
So,
with
is there
stone
anything that you
forever.
think the Void Mage is better at, or do you think Magus is just overall the
I
best mage
I mean
class?
it's I mean that's specifically PvP scenario.
Oh,
Magus
so
is dog shit in PvE.
they can't PvE.
No, they're single target high damage with cooldowns. So not great PvE. Void Mage best PvE class in the game.
PvE?
For yeah, for solo, oh yeah, they're literally immortal when
So
you build them
then,
up.
so why wouldn't you use a Void Mage over an Overlord for running like
Power leveling.
a power leveling?
Well, one they you you're constantly moving as Void Mage. You pretty much don't stand still. Two, it would be more expensive because, like I said, you have to make high level gear. Void Mage's thing for is the fact that they're immortal. Like the more damage you do, that you get health back. You have a passive called Vampirism,
Yeah.
which you get a percentage of the damage you do back as health. But when you're spamming 5, 6, 7, 8+ million damage, I mean, I'm trying to. I don't know what they do on retail. I know that maxed out gear, you can get upwards of 200 million damage per spam, and 240 million with chain lightning. So let's say you can get up. Let's even say you can get up to 20 million damage on retail feasibly. That'd be like plus 21 gear or something like that. Um, you're getting like 2 to 300k HP every time you cast. So as long as you're not getting one shot, you can't die. Problem is with like this guy. With right now, we're all just standing in a circle, right? In this party,
Yeah.
he pulls the mobs to us, and then he kills them, right? If I was Void Mage, he'd have to constantly be running, spam run, spam run, spam run, spam run,
Oh, I gotcha.
and he might be out of range of the party. So when the mobs die, we wouldn't get XP for it anyways. It'd make power leveling kind of pointless. As well as like if you want to continuously power level, right? So you don't want to level up very fast. So you get on your 170 character, whatever the last TP level is, 170 or whatever. You get on that, and then you use level 210 pets. You can continue doing power level parties without you out leveling the thing.
So you use higher level pets that nerf the EXP?
Yeah, so that you don't
But won't
level
that
up
nerf
faster.
everyone's EXP in the
Nope,
party?
nope, nope. Only yours.
Really?
Yep, doesn't affect your party.
That's interesting.
Yep. Yeah, it only affects you. It doesn't affect your party. If you really want to level fast, technically your pet takes XP from you, so if you want to level as fast as possible. You just recall your pet because it takes some of the XP. It's just a little bit, but if you want to maximize XP gains, you just don't summon a pet. Like as this person's getting boosted. Like I would have probably got an extra 30% out of this party if I didn't have my pet summoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Beastmaster is probably if there's any class that if nobody's online, um, like for instance, me and my buddy want to play together. Now I gotta wait for him to level up because he didn't play for. He literally missed 3 hours, and then 3 hours I went from 71 to 153. So,
But
he
you
on the
think
other hand,
that a fully done out Beastmaster is the basically best class in the game, PvP and PvE?
I haven't tested a lot of PvP.
Oh,
The
really?
reason I would say he would be bad at PvP, like he has a ton of health and his damage is good, but he pretty much has like two abilities. Three. He's got Blasting Rock Cut, which is a stun, close range. Wave Cut, and then Beast Wave Cut, which is range stun. And then he's got Wave Cut, which is an AoE high damage. And that's the rest he has is like quick buffs. I guess on a server where people aren't just spamming bottles because they cost real money. Like on private servers, bottles are rupees. So it's like 100 mil for a bottle. So it's
Oh,
whatever.
people still spam bottles and all kinds of stuff here too on Riviac.
So, like, yeah, you could probably run in, stun, and then wave cut and kill a pet class. And then they gotta wait for some of their pets and shit like that. Problem is once you get back up, you're reliant on autos, which means if they use the murderer title or like a Abbey boss card, something like that, you're just gonna get feared and blinded and all that shit because you're autos.
That
So
sucks.
you attack so fast that you trigger all of those, those. If you're attacked effects, they get triggered because because you attack so fast. If that makes sense.
I gotcha.
It's like kind of like playing Slayer. Not very fun for PvP. Mage, Void Mage is probably the next like the all-around class. The problem with Void Mage is in Sky, it requires a lot of magic accuracy, like a lot. Like 3 Ethereal Pixies, it's not gonna let a Void Mage. It didn't let my level 218 Void Mage hit the mobs.
Well,
Yeah, I was using a level 2 Ethereal Pixie pot and an Ethereal Pixie, which is like 600 and something whiz and intelligence together, and magic accuracy and belt pets for it. And I had magic accuracy awakenings on my rings and um, armor pieces, and I would land maybe 1 out of 8 spams.
wow.
Yeah, so it was not a good time. Beastmaster, I would just walk in and basically spam the 3 key until everything was dead. My pets would use their abilities, I would use my abilities. My pets would heal themselves with their heals. Whenever they gain XP, they would get 1% of their health back. They had just over 5 million HP, so they were getting like 55k HP per second. So I would tank via past damage, and then the ability to leech life with my Hector card, and then my pets would heal themselves so that my past damage didn't really affect them, and then they just did as much damage as they could. Well, I did damage as well, and you're immortal, and your AoE damage isn't great, but your single target damage is. Marksman does the same thing, but with better piercing and no tank ability. Like, you need 3S3 or higher Serbs and 2S5 unicorns, and that gives you no defense on your belt or anything as.
Hmm.
Yeah, I hate questing so much. Oh, I should probably get you Shiva cards. I should check this out, see if there's any in the.
Yeah, I'm just still doing a bunch of quests and I'm debating when I want to go. I'm kind of hungry. I'm debating on getting off and going to a drive-thru, getting some food. But at the
That's
same
hella.
time, I have
That's
2 days
hella.
off, so I'm trying to get as much in as I can, get as much done as I can.
You need what? 3 Yeshiva cards for the boss collection?
I actually don't know. I would have to look up the guide on the Discord.
Oh yeah, you're doing a bunch of quests.
When it comes to like lower level stuff, I could probably talk your ear off for days giving information, but when it comes to stuff people do at higher level, I've only done bits and pieces of it. A lot of that stuff I'd
Uh,
have to look up to reference.
okay.
Yeah.
I was I say 3 because that's what the stacks in the auction house are.
Then probably.
And for 93 million, it's probably one of the better of the boss card effects. It's 5,000 HP, 3,000 MP, and 500 weight
Hmm.
for 90 million.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good deal to me.
Okay, I'm actually getting pretty hungry. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off, get some food, and then I'll debate if I'm getting back on later or not to continue doing some questing and getting some progress.
Alrighty, well, take it easy.
Yeah, feel free to message me on Discord. I mean, to be fair, all the guides are on the Discord, everything you need to do for the quest, but if you have any questions about the quests, or if you need me to come over and use my pixie to kill some stuff for you if you need any help, which I highly doubt that'll happen, feel free to message me.
Alrighty, awesome, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I still have someone to talk to while I'm playing.
Yeah, it seemed like you didn't want to play alone either, and unfortunately, everyone tries so hard to be able to solo, and then we can, and then we're like, all right, well now we don't want to play with other people because we can solo, and that's the unfortunate nature of the game. No one wants to play with the weak players because they're too weak, and and the strong players don't want to play with anybody because they kill fast enough on their own.
See, the thing is, you need to basically create a character with someone at the same time and be the same level throughout the game. Because when you're like, oh, hey, I'm 20 levels higher than you, and I'm doing this, this stuff, it's like, it's not going to work out.
Yep.
I had friends like that where I started the game after they did, and I was able to play with them for a little bit, but because they were always, like, higher level than me, we couldn't really do a whole hell of a lot together.
Yeah,
Then
no, I
when they
get
would
that.
get into dungeon parties when I would be busy or something, oh hey, I'm like 20 levels higher than you, so now I can't even party with you anymore.
Yeah, but I think that stops after like 180. Like
I think it's
unlike
175 is what I was told, but it could be 180. But yeah, somewhere around there.
well, I just mean like it's I mean if you don't play for a day, it's unlikely that someone's gonna go from 180 to 195 to 200 or 195
Oh
in one day
well,
you don't play.
I've actually been told that EXP penalties actually stop after level 175. So like a level 175 and like a level 220, could play together with no EXP penalty.
Well, that's what I thought until I joined a level 230 and got no XP in DD.
Maybe. I don't know. That's just what I've been told by other high level players, but I don't know. It could be a higher level. It could be level 200. It could be like level 180, or that could just like not be a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, my level
Anyways,
205 couldn't get XP partied with the 230 and DD6.
I shall now go acquire the sustenance.
Alright, have fun.
Bye. Hey everyone, my previous video is already uploaded to YouTube. This one will be uploaded sometime later today or tomorrow. Thanks for joining in, and feel free to continue the conversation on YouTube once this is uploaded. Bye!